GTI. These three letters have stood for Volkswagen hot hatch royalty since 1976. But after 50 years of Nürburgring lap time slayers, skunkworks specials, and even bona fide racing cars, something more controversial, perhaps even sacrilege, has entered GTI world.
Personally, I think putting pineapple on pizza is sacrilege. Some also say that putting a V8 in a Mazda MX-5 is sacrilege, if fun. But an electric VW GTI, is that sacrilege? My name is Jake, you're watching Car, and welcome to the new VW ID Polo GTI.
Yep, you heard me right. For the first time in GTI's 50-year history, there is now an electric one. Unthinkable? Maybe, but let's be real here. VW has to keep up with the competition in the hot hatch space, and plenty more of them these days are electric. Think Alpine A290, Abarth 600e, Vauxhall Corsa GSE, and even competition from within the VW group itself, with Cupra's own Raval. The fundamentals are pretty solid. This ID Polo GTI is, unsurprisingly, based off the regular ID Polo, an electric super mini that VW has spent an awful lot of time trying to get right, after years of its electric ID cars being met with criticism. VW's designers and engineers then had the extra pressure of turning the ID Polo into the first electric GTI, loading it with more than 50 years of heritage, or baggage, depending on how you look at it.
Now this is obviously a GTI, so there are plenty of GTI specific details, starting with the front end. Obviously, because this is a GTI, you get a nice red band that runs below the backlit full bar DRLs. You get even things like, slightly fake obviously, but like little tow hoops in the bumpers, a little hexagonal grille down here. If you come around to the sides, there are two 19-inch wheel designs. This is called the Vertice design. It's inspired by old Golf GTI designs, and there's even little golf ball patterning in the centre caps. It's quite nerdy, let's be honest, but clever little detail. Run along here, you've got GTI badge down the door sill. You've got the same hidden back doors as the regular Polo. And if you come around to the back, you've got bit of an extra aero package, so a slightly beefier spoiler. And then you've got the same full width light bar with the same whiskey glass rear lights as the regular ID Polo.
Now, all of these GTI design elements build on the neat, classically styled shape of the regular ID Polo. The GTI has a slightly squarer stance, with those bigger wheels and its sports suspension. Oh, and if you're wondering what GTI stands for now, given there's no injection to be found on this EV, Volkswagen says GTI now stands for Grand Touring Intelligence. Do feel free to shiver with discomfort in your own time. Yuck.
So inside the ID Polo GTI, well, obviously it's very similar to the normal ID Polo, which is a really, really good thing. There's the introduction of so many more physical buttons, which is really, really good to see. You've got plenty on the new steering wheel, for example, 4 window switches. Oh, thank God for that. There's even physical climate control settings here.
All interior details we're very thankful for. That's because the ID Polo GTI, as well as the regular version and the heavily refreshed ID.3 Neo that launched earlier in 2026, are all the result of the True Volkswagen program. True Volkswagen has been spearheaded by CEO Thomas Schaefer, who has publicly admitted that the brand had lost its way. When he took the role of CEO in 2022, he says he realised that VW was, quote, losing its core and could, quote, immediately see where things weren't working. For example, have you noticed anything about this new GTI's name? This isn't the ID2 GTI as originally predicted, with VW instead deciding to keep the Polo name going into the electric era. In fact, all the numbered ID cars will eventually be replaced with named ones, so expect the ID4 to be renamed ID Tiguan and the ID7 to be changed to ID Passat in the coming years. Don't worry though, combustion cars like the Polo, Golf, Tiguan and Passat will keep going for a while yet. Interior quality has been the other big focus of this program, with VW's design team introducing newer, more durable and plush-feeling materials while simultaneously designing those new physical controls. They all feel satisfying to use in the way they should be for a Volkswagen.
But there's some GTI specific details. For example, there's a big fat GTI button on the steering wheel that activates GTI mode. That's the proper sporty hardcore mode. GTIs also get specific seats. They're slightly buckety, they've got their own tartan pattern on them, and there's some other smaller details like little red stitching and GTI badges in the doors, for example. Bit of nice sort of Alcantara-ish kind of material on the dashboard. It's pretty decent in here.
You can also spec a Harman Kardon audio system, a panoramic glass roof, and massaging front seats, something VW says is unique versus the competition. Unique versus the competition? That sounds like Car Magazine to me. Every month we bring you the most in-depth stories, road tests and features on the latest and greatest cars. We put you in the driver's seat, the boardroom, the engineering department, design studio and on the factory floor. By subscribing you'll save on in-store prices, never miss an issue and enjoy delivery right to your door, which is free if you live in the UK. Simply visit greatmagazines.co.uk/car to check out our latest offers. Underneath the ID Polo GTI's sporty bodywork is a new platform, MEB+. It's a new iteration of Volkswagen Group's battery electric architecture that, in this case, is strictly front-wheel drive. The GTI gets a 52 kWh battery and a 223 brake horsepower electric motor, good for a 6.8 second 0 to 62 time and a top speed of 109 miles an hour. VW has also thrown in a limited slip differential and launch control, as well as dynamic chassis control. That's VW's own version of adaptive dampers.
So let's climb in the back. Obviously, one of the benefits of this platform is it's meant to be quite roomy back here, so space is pretty decent. There's, I don't know, maybe a finger or two between this seat in my driving position. It's pretty good for a small car. Headroom's kind of okay. There's a glass sunroof on this model, which is slightly limiting headroom, but it's just about okay back here. Now, as part of the MEB Plus's packaging benefits, you get an absolutely massive boot. So if you look here, there's a flat floor, which is to be expected, but if you then pull it up, the space beneath is absolutely huge.
Now, if I'm being honest, all of this engineering and packaging chat sounds quite familiar. The powertrain, the standard performance technology, even the 441-litre boot volume figure is almost identical to what you get with Cupra's hottest rival, the VZ. That obviously makes sense. The two cars, as well as the regular ID Polo and Skoda's upcoming epic SUV, all share that MEB Plus platform underneath. So where exactly is the GTI's secret sauce when compared to the rival? I spoke to Kai Grunitz, VW's head of technical development, who told me the two cars are calibrated differently, with the GTI being slightly less hardcore and slightly more usable every day than the rival VZ might be. He also says it's like comparing a Lamborghini to a Porsche 911. Both are performance cars, but the two simply have a different attitude and style when it comes to delivering their driving thrills.
So, the first electric GTI, is that sacrilege or something to be excited about? That's for you to decide.
Either way, Volkswagen will have to win over plenty of hardcore GTI fans when the car goes on sale in October 2026, likely priced from around £35,000 in the UK. Want to learn about some more electric hot hatches? Come with me as I walk you around the new Cupra Rival, or watch James review the Alpine A290 on track.